come and go forward.
The boat looks so natural on water, bring back a lot of memory, but the artist is super. Be an artist that I ever known.
Right there?
I was on the side, yeah, left side, right in
Oh,
here.
Lord.
Yeah, I'm Lofton Sargent. I'm one of the survivors from the Christena Disaster, and I think it's very, very important that this should have been a long time coming, and it's very impressive. Bring back lots of memories, and I'm very happy that I'm here in Nevis to be a part of this occasion, great occasion. Yeah.
I think I would have seen your presence at the one last year.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Wow.
Yeah, in 40 years, that was the first one I ever
goodness.
came back. Yeah.
Wow.
So
What
again.
How was the feeling during that occasion, though, to have come back 40 years after?
Again, I didn't even know. I was just visiting for the regular Culturama event, and so happened that I came back on the 40th anniversary, and so it was very special for me to be there and to be a part of that occasion also. It bring back lots of sad memory, and I think this event and tragedy have not healed Nevis to me, even 40 years after. It's still something that's very fresh, in my mind at least. So, yeah.
And I take it you're from Cotton Ground.
Yes,
Your
yes,
relatives
yes.
would have been who, like your parents?
Yeah, well, my uncle Livingston Sargent, he was also on Christina. My mother is Faustina Sargent. She lives in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. And my grandparents, Elva and William Sargent, and my aunt, Ophelia Sargent. And she's the one I was visiting actually in St. Kitts, so, yep. And my father actually is in St. Kitts, Stanley Franks Jr. So,
Okay, Stanley Franks. Okay.
Yeah,
I know him well.
Yeah.
So tell us, Indian, is this a perfect or near perfect replica of the Christina?
Well, you know what? I was 10 years old when I was on the boat, but it looks like it. But for some reason, when I reflect on the number of names, it's amazing that a boat of this size could have accommodated so many people. I can't remember it being that small. To me, he probably felt bigger at the time, But whoever did this, what's that, Von Anslin?
Yeah.
Did a tremendous.
Captain Anslin's son.
Oh, okay, great, yeah. Did a tremendous job, and like I said, I'm happy to be here to be a part of this. Yeah.
Question though, all those names, a lot of names familiar to Nevis. They are the Huggins, they are Libers,
Yeah,
Morton,
yeah.
Smittens, Browns,
Yeah.
I think, Clarks, Claxton.
Yeah,
Do you remember anybody who was on that ferry that day?
absolutely. I mean, remember a lot of folks actually. One of my childhood friend, Lanyon Daniel, he died. Didn't survive. Another friend who survived, Ozzy. What's Ozzy? Is that Ozzy Tyson?
Yeah.
Ozzy was on the boat. Fitzroy Huggins was on the boat. They were around the same age. And then Everson Davis. Everson was actually a year younger than I am, and he also survived from Cotton Ground. Plus, a number of others. Like I said, my uncle Livingston Sargent. I knew a lot of folks who perished, who didn't make it. A lot of family lost parents, children, grandparents. So it was a major impact around Nevis. Like I said, I was very young, but as I grew older, the gravity of the impact actually grew also.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to imagine that you might be following Ozzy's footsteps. He has written a book.
Well, I've been approached on numerous occasions to write a book, so that might be something that would be forthcoming.
This
So.
might be the beginning of that, germinating that thought.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have a lot of, like I said, memories, newspaper clippings, and different things around that time, so I could kind of incorporate that
I think so.
to do my own thing. Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right,
All right.
all the best.
Family, you know, we from the same.
Family,
We grew up together.
Grew up together.
Yeah.
His grandmother was my adopted grandmother too,
Yeah. Yeah.
and grandfather.
Two of you would have been among the youngest
So I was,
survivors
Yeah.
from the Christena disaster. What does it feel 41 years after?
Well, the pain's still there, just like it just happened yesterday.
But unlike me though, Ozzy have a reason to have those pains because he lost his mother and his two youngest brothers.
I'm a sister.
And your sister too, yes,
my father's
absolutely.
side,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And Ozzy, give us a snapshot of your ordeal between 1970 and 2011, because you have captioned your life basically, or your second life, in a book,
Right.
which Lofton is saying that he's going to start thinking seriously about. And
Right,
probably
give us
after this memorial blessed today, he will write his book as well. So tell us about your story.
Well, the story was it was a tough story. It wasn't easy to lose most of your family, and you want a deal as a child, and you have to raise yourself after that. So it was very tough. I can't really hard to explain that my situation. I lost almost everybody. That's the whole thing. Yeah. I had to raise myself from then. So the story wasn't an easy life.
And what does that say to you, to younger visions who say, well, life is tough?
Well, I would tell them life is tough, but if you work hard, make up in your mind to work hard, you can achieve your goal. It ain't gonna be easy without parents, but if you work hard, you can achieve. I'm still working hard.
Right. What has been the response to your book?
Well, it's more the response to the book, I would say. It comes more with the expatriates that come from United States and Canada. You know, many people look at the book and say, "Oh, well, that's sorry, it's a long time ago." But you get a few friends, still by local people, but a few. But most of it is people from that somewhere else.
And your thoughts on the memorial?
I think it's a great job. It's looking wonderful, and I don't know whoever they want to engineer it, but it's a very good thought that this thing can continue on, because the worst disaster in living memory in St Kitts-Nevis at one time. So I think it's a very good thought, and I don't know who engineered it, but it's a very good thought, and I thank them for it. That this can continue on, and I hope more people would buy the book and they would know exactly what my article is all about. It's hard to explain.
Great.
Odyssey.